So we will continue with the next set of topics that we want to learn as part of this Python course. So yesterday's course, we completed till 1, 2, 3, right? We saw what is Python, why we use it. We installed Python, PyCharm. We saw how to install Git and do a Git clone and Git push to our repo. Today we'll complete the variables and the data types and how to take inputs from a user using Python. That's what we'll try to complete today. So variables and data types, let me go there. So the variables are nothing but, think about these are the containers that store the values that you want to use in your program. Right? These are areas in the memory that is allocated to store the store the values, right? So they allow us to give names to values, and we'll soon see how, like when we see the program, it will make more sense. And it makes it easier to manipulate the data. And the variables play a crucial role in programming as they store and manage information. So those are the variables. Then we'll look at the dynamic typing. Right? So Python is dynamically typed, which means that when I declare a variable, I don't have to explicitly tell whether that variable is an integer, string, or a Boolean. Right? It automatically understands what the type of that variable should be. And there are, so this is called implicit typing, but we can typecasting. We can also do an explicit typecasting. We'll see that as well. These are some of the common data types: integers, floats, strings, and booleans. We'll take a look at it. And to declare a variable, we use the equality sign, right? For example, age equal to 25, right? Age is the variable and the value of the variable is 25. As I mentioned, Python will determine the data type automatically based on the value assigned. Variables must start with a letter, either small letter or capital letter. It can start with an underscore as well. It can include letters and numbers, and these are case sensitive, right? And quick difference between the equality sign and the double equal sign. What do they signify? Equal sign is an assignment operator. Right? It is used for assignment. For example, if I say x equal to 5, that means the value 5 is assigned to the variable x. Whether equals equal is an equality operator. It is used for comparison to check whether two variables are equal or two objects are equal. For example, here, if I say x equal to 5, y equal to 5, and say result equal to x equally y, I'm trying to compare these two variables. If they're equal, I'll get it true, otherwise false, right? And then I briefly touched upon implicit type conversion and explicit type conversion. We'll see an example of that as well, right? Implicit type conversion occurs automatically when Python converts one data type to another without any explicit instruction from the programmer. But explicit type conversion is where you can say, okay, this is coming as a string, but I want to typecast it to an integer, right? So we can do that typecasting as well, and we'll see how we do that. Right? So first, so let's go to our Python IDE now, the PyCharm IDE, and look at each of these concepts. So first of all, let's understand the variable concept of variables, and we'll use a context here to understand the variable. So let us take this example. Right? Let's say that we have set up a shop to sell chocolates. And to sell the chocolates, we need to capture different attributes of the chocolate. For example, the name of the chocolate, color of the chocolate, shape of the chocolate, what is the unit price of the chocolate, what discount I should give on the chocolates, right? And lastly, whether the chocolate is a dark chocolate or not, right? So let's say this is the information that I need to store, right? That's where I'll need some variables, right? So name is the variable which stores the value of the name of the chocolate. Color is the variable that stores the color of the chocolate. Shape stores the shape of the shape value of the chocolate. Unit price is the unit price of the chocolate, right? And discount is what discount I should give. 0.5 cents, let's say. It can be percent as well. And dark chocolate, this is called a Boolean function, right? It is either true or false. Please note that T is capital. If I make it false, F should be capital, right? This is called a Boolean variable. Like it can either take true or false. Discount here, it's a float. This is also a float. This is string, string, right? Now, how do you print it, right? So let's say, so I print the name of the chocolate is, I put the variable name, and then the data type of chocolate is, if I say type name, right, it should also print the data type. So it is saying that the name of the chocolate is chocolate fantasy, and the data type of the chocolate is string, right? Let me do more of this. Let us do this one, right? The dark chocolate one. The type of the chocolate of chocolate type is, if I put this, let's see what it comes out, right? It is a bool, right? Boolean string. And let's see the discount part as well. So discount on the chocolate. The data type of discount is, or chocolate discount is, let's see, it's a float, right? Let me put a integer. Let's say I want to capture the number of chocolates that I have in stock. Number of chocolates in stock. Let's say 5. Let's say 10, right? Now, if I do this, print number of chocolates, number of chocolates are, and the data type of chocolates, data type of number, right? Let's see. So it is int, right? So these are the data types, right? So we learned how to create a variable, how to assign values to the variable, how to see what the data type of the variable is, right? Next, let us talk about f string, right? Formatted string. So f string, it's a feature introduced in Python 3.6. So if you are using 3.6, Python 3.6 and above, then only you can use this f string feature. And it allows to embed expression inside string literals using curly braces. And f strings are prefixed with a f character before the opening quotation mark, and allow you to create strings with dynamic content by evaluating expressions and variables within the string. So if I let's see what I mean by that, right? So what we said is that f strings are prefixed with an f character, and within that I have the string, but the name, the variable name, is within curly braces, right? So now it evaluates, right? Since I have name equal to chocolate fantasy, right? When I print it, the f string evaluates what the value of the variable is, and it will show me the value, right? So you see the name of the chocolate is chocolate fantasy. Now, if you do not have 3.6, if you are running below 3.6, or it will work with 3.6 and above also, right? This is the earlier way of doing it, where I say the name of the chocolate is, when you say name, then you have to say format name equal to name, right? What I'm saying, this name is equal to the value in the variable name, right? So this also works, right? So if I comment this out, and you can comment it by doing, if you're on Mac, like command, and you can select and do a block command and / together. If I run this, right, name of the chocolate is Chocolate Fantasy, right? This is the demonstration of f string. Now let's talk about format splitter. Okay. So how do you use a format splitter is, so let's say I have the unit price, right? Unit price is 3 decimals, right? If I want to make it only 2 decimal, what I can do is I can say the unit price of the chocolate is unit price colon dot 2, and this f means that, okay, I need 2 decimal places. If I make it 3, then it will become 3 decimal places. Let me run this, right? So it since I said so there is some unit price, right? 4.978, let me put it, right? So it actually then give me 2 decimal rounded to the second decimal point, right? So if I do, let's say, so that let's say it is 8456, right? And I do 3 decimal places, right? So it is a 4.978, right? If it is 6, it will should make it 4.979. It will round it to the next, right? So that is the purpose of the format splitter, right? So we looked at format splitter, right? Then let's look at the Boolean. We briefly touched about Boolean variable, right? But how do we use Boolean variable, right? So we already saw this. So here what I'm saying, dark chocolate can take true or false, right? So here I'm saying if true, right? Because dark chocolate is true, right? Then I'm printing chocolate is dark, else the chocolate is not dark, right? So if since I have the chocolate is dark, because dark chocolate is described as true here, right? So this is like when we learn about the conditions and if, right? So this means if this evaluates to if true, print this, else print this, right? This is the Boolean variable thing. Now let's do some operations on the variables, right? So, okay, so let's say I want to buy 3 chocolates. So what will be the price of the 3 chocolates? So this is easy, right? We'll multiply it, unit price, star, right? This symbol is used to for multiplication, unit price multiplied by 3, right? And then I can say price of 3 chocolate is price, right? So let me comment this out just to take a look at this. So it is 9.3567999, right? And we know how to so let's see if this works. Price, right? And let's see if this one works. No, this one will not work. We'll have to do, there is a way to do this. So we need the f string, right? And what we have learned is dot to f. Let's say I don't need this. Now it will be formatted to 2 decimal, right? This is what we have learned earlier. Now let me show the division part, right? So how many chocolates can I buy with $11? Oops. How many chocolates can I buy with $11? Let's see what it does. Right? So number of chocolates, right? So I'm saying $11, right? I have $11, so I'll have to divide it by the unit price, right? So that will give me the number of chocolates. So if I run it, it says 2.2094. Now, can I have fractional chocolate? Probably not, right? So when I say / that is a division, and then gives a fractional chocolate, right? But chocolate, I cannot have a fractional chocolate, right? So in $11, if I want to see the whole number, right? Chocolate, whole number of chocolate that I can get, I use 2 forward slashes. It will convert it into integer, the nearest integer, right? So with $11, I can have 2 chocolate because each chocolate is 4.978, right? So close to $5. 5 plus 5, 2 chocolates, $10. Then I'm left with only $1. With $1, I cannot buy the third chocolate, right? So this is the this is how this is the difference between forward slash and double forward slash. Let us then look at the variable types, right? We already look at it, but let's take a look at it one more time. What is the variable types of each of these variables, right? So we can see that name is string, color is string, shape string, unit price is float, discount is float, dark chocolate is boolean, right? So these are the data types. Data type conversion. This is the last thing that we'll learn today, and we'll call it a day. We talk about implicit and explicit conversion, right? So if I have a number like this, integer number is 5, float is 2.5, and I sum them, nowhere I'm saying that, okay, this is integer, this is float. Python will automatically determine that the result is a float, right? So if I run this 7.5, in fact, if I do a print type result, right, you will see that the result is a float. Now, if I want to do a typecasting, right, let's see that. Explicit typecasting, I mean, right? So if I do num float equal 3.75, but I wanted to convert it into integer, I'll do a int num float. For string, it is str, right? Bull, it is bull, right? So if I, or for boolean, it is bull, right? So let me run this, and then you'll see 3, right? It has converted into it. This is where I'm doing an explicit typecasting, and here implicitly, Python is able to understand what the final data type would be. Okay, so one more thing that we said we'll learn today is how to take input from user, right? So for that, there is something called input. So I'll say input, enter the number. Okay, so let's say we need to, we want to add 2 numbers. So I'll say enter first number, right? And I will put a new line character here. Let's say the first number is this, right? I input it here. Then I'll say print first number entered is first number, right? Let me then do the second number, right? Because we want to add 2 numbers, right? We want to take this input from the user, right? This is second number entered is the sum, I can say now, sum of number equal to first number plus second number, right? And then I say print, the result is sum of numbers, right? So now when I run it, it will say, okay, enter the first number. Let's say I say 10, and that first number is 10, enter, oh, so, okay, sorry. So I'll have to do this second number. Second, right? I will run it again. Run 10, enter the second number, let's say 5. There is a, oops, 10, sum of number equal to first number. So this is where so it is actually taking it as a, so this is where we'll have to do this, because it is actually implicit thing is happening here. Okay, so no, not from here. So we'll do an explicit typecasting here. Because otherwise it is thinking it is a string. 10, 15, right? So just to see, print type first number, right? 10, 5. Yeah. So if I do not explicitly typecast it, right? When it takes, it is implicitly, it is thinking that when it is converting, right? Since I'm taking the input, right? It is taking it as a string, right? That's why I'm now explicitly typecasting it to integer and then doing the sum, right? So that is all that we'll do today. In our next lecture, we'll talk about lists and tuples and other type of data structures. Thank you and have a great day. Bye-bye.